Hello, Maria here, the Creative Italian, and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be sharing with you a leather barrel knotted necklace with these Baroque pearls and this brass heart pendant. It's really super easy to do. If this is your first time on my channel and you watch my videos, you like any of my videos, if you'll give it a thumbs up, that would be great. It'll help YouTube get the algorithms out there, and so more people will find out about me and they might be looking for what I have to offer. And also, if you want to know when I upload a new video or a shorts video to my channel, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as that happens. Okay, so let's get started. Tools I'm using to make this barrel knotted Baroque pearl necklace are: I've got 46 inches of 2-inch millimeter leather cord, a bead tube, excuse me, I would be using 5 10 millimeter Baroque pearls. They have the big holes in them. I'm using GS Hypo Cement, a pair of Snippers, and of course you could use any kind of charm that you would want to hang from your necklace. I'll be using this, this heart with rhinestones, and this is okay, I measured it, but then I forgot what it said. So I think this is 10 or 12 millimeter. Let me measure that. Yeah, this is about 12 millimeter heavy jump ring, and flat nose pliers, and a bent nose pliers. So this necklace is going to end up measuring out 18 inches in total. Excuse me. So first I'm going to make my first barrel knot. I'm going to take this cord and divide it in half. I'm not cutting it. I'm just, dividing it in half, just like so. Get that ruler out of the way. And I want a knot to be in the center of the necklace, just like you see here. So what I'm going to do is, this is the center of the necklace. I'm going to take my bead tube and just lay it right there where I want it to end up. And then take my cord, the top cord, and I'm going to wrap it away from me 3 times, just like so. Well, we don't want this cord to be in the way of this cord at all, because it'll cause a problem. Well, it's going to be something that you don't want. Let's put it that way. Okay, so now you take the cord that you wrapped to create your 3 wraps. You're going to hold on to those and pick the cord back up and go ahead and run it through your bead tube hole, like so. Keep holding on to those knots that you have as you pull it through. And then once you get all the way through, just go ahead and take your bead tube off, and you're just going to tighten it up just a little bit, just like so. And there you got your double knot, just like that. Okay, so now I can work from either side. I'm going to work from side to side. I'm going to put my first pearl here on the right side, make a knot, and then I'm going to go over here, put a pearl, and then make another knot until I get 4 pearls on the necklace and 5 knots. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly what I just did a minute ago. I'm going to go ahead and slide my pearl on, like so. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my bead tube and bump it up as close to the pearl as possible. And again, I'm going to wrap 1, 2, and 3. I'm right-handed, so if you're left-handed, we're going to be going in the opposite direction. And then come around, come into the hole of the bead tube, slide it all the way down, just like so. Like so, and then slide the tube off, And I'm just going to kind of squeeze it up there. Just kind of tighten it up. I always find I have to kind of tighten up those loops a little bit so they're nice and snug and flush. And there's no space in between the wrap. So it just takes a little bit of finagling around, that's all. Just like that. So there we got my first pearl on there. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it around. And I'm going to do the other side. I'm getting ahead of myself there. And add a pearl here. So like I said, this is 46 inches of 2mm cord that I have here. And it will make an 18-inch necklace. I'll probably have extra cord left over, but I think it's always better to have extra cord left over than not enough, and you have to start the project over again. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and 3. Bring it around and up and over through the hole, like so. Bring it around, slide it down, and just kind of get it up there a little snug, just like that. See how easy this is to do, you guys? And I'm just going from side to side just to keep things balanced. If I stay on one side, then I'm going to have more cord on one side than the other. So it's better that I find to work from side to side. Okay, go here. And 1, 2, 3. Hold on to the knots. Hold on to the wraps or the knots, whatever you want to call them. Pull the cord underneath the bead tube and then up through the hole. See, it's coming up underneath the tube and then coming through the hole. And just bump it up there. There we go. See how nice that's looking? Now, sometimes it'll look a little stiffy when you get done, and all you have to do is just kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit, and it just gives a little bit more drape. Sometimes I get those knots in kind of tight, and then it looks too stiffy. Like this one is, you can see this one's got a nice drape to it. You know, it's not so stiffy. But all you have to do is just kind of, what I do is I just kind of go back and forth on them. Okay, now I'm going to flip it around the other way. And I got one more pearl to add to this. Oh, let me move those out of the way. Okay, like that. And there we go. This is the last knot for, well, it's not the last knot. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I have? I'm losing track, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to keep coming around, up and around, around, up and over, and in the hole, like so. There we go. There we go. That turned out really nice. There we go. So we have 5 knots here. And I'm just kind of moving it around just to kind of loosen things up a little bit. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to measure 7 inches out from this knot. Let's see. Get this out. So I'm going to measure 7 inches out from this knot. And 7 inches, where my finger is exactly where I'm going to put the knot for the pearl that's going to be part of the closure. So I'll put my bead tube there, and I'm going to make a knot just like I did on the other ones. And bring it around, come through. Oh, like that. and then pull it out. Kind of make it snug there. So. Put that in there, add my pearl. And now I'm going to make another knot right here. However, I'm only going to wrap it twice. I'm not going to wrap it 3 times. 1 and 2, like that. Now I'm going to get it as close as I can here and pull it all the way through. And then just tighten it up like so. Because I want the top part of the knot, I don't want it to be as big as the one underneath, just a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to leave that for right now. And I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do with that. But we're going to just let that go for just a minute. Okay, now we're going to make the loop for the closure. And again, I'm going to start from the end of the knot. And I'm measuring 7 inches, right where my fingernail is. Like that. The exact same thing. I'm doing 3 here. 3 loops on the bead tube. Okay, just like that. Slide it all the way through. And then now what you want to do is kind of tighten this up a little bit, but don't tighten it up all the way, because you want a little bit of space where you can put this end through all of the loops like that. So it comes out on that end. So it's going to look like that. And you just bring the loop down to the size that you feel like is the best size. And the best way to check that, you could just take a loose pearl. That's going to be a little bit big. And let's keep in mind, too, that leather does stretch out. And that looks about right. You know, I can get it through there, and it's a little snug, and, you know, that's okay. So that's going to work out good. So just pull it through just a tiny bit like that. And then just tighten it like so. You just have to kind of keep wiggling it around. I find that when I pull down on the knot and then pull up on it, down on it, up on it, and that way it holds my closure. If I just pull up, then it pulls this too small. If I pull down, then it pulls it too big. So if I pull up a little bit and then pull down a little bit and just keep working it back and forth like that, then the loop stays the right size that I want it to be. And that's just what I know through trial and error, you guys. That's a lot of trial and error. Okay, now I'm going to take my GS Hypo Cement. Whoop. And right in here, where it's coming out from the hole, where this extra strand is coming out from the hole, I want to fill that hole around this piece with the Hypo Cement. Just like that. Before I cut it. Just let that dry for a little bit. It takes a little bit of time for it to dry. So while it's drying, I'm going to go ahead and put the pendant on. Just like that. That Hypo Cement really holds everything in place. This is one of my own personal necklaces. I've worn it a million times. And never once has it ever come apart. So the Hypo Cement really does an excellent job holding things together. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the pendant on. Now I'm going to add it onto the middle right here. I'm going to use I've already opened up this jump ring, and I think it's either 10 or 12 millimeters, heavy duty. What I do is, what I do is when I open it up, I'm taking the pliers and whoops, there we go. Okay, so I'm going in opposite direction. So with the right side, the bent nose, I'm going away from me, and with the flat nose, I'm going towards me to open it up. So it's not too open, because I don't want to distort the loop. I don't want to distort my jump ring. Okay, so then I'm gonna just add it on to my necklace here. And you know, you could just add it on whichever end you want to add it on to, where your barrel knot is. And I'm going to do the opposite of what I did to close it. So I'm going to bring my flat nose pliers away from me and my bent nose pliers towards me until I hear a click. So when you hear a click, that means that things are flush. Now, I didn't hear that click right away, so I'm going to open it again. And there's the click. And that way you know for sure that your jump ring is not going to open up. So it can hang on either side. It really doesn't matter. It'll slide onto the knot, which is okay. That's perfectly fine. No problem there. So now I am going to cut this. And I forgot to mention to you guys that I will be using a black Sharpie pen for this project, and I forgot to mention that earlier. So I'm going to do is just going to cut that flush like so. And then cut that flush again. And I am going to use a little bit more Hypo Cement right in there. Again, just right around there in the hole. This is what I did on the other one, and it has held up great. And it's been a while since I've made that, so it's doing really, really good. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie pen and just color that in, just like that. You never know. I would let this dry a little bit before you put it on. I mean, it sets up pretty fast, but I wouldn't put it on right away. I'd let it set up for a few hours. I think that's, that's the way I've always done it, and it seems to hold up really good. So there you go, you guys. Nice little 18-inch choker necklace. So sweet, so easy to make, easy to do. You got to get out there and make yourself one. Over the tools that I used. I've already reversed the camera, so I got to do it this way. So anyway, I used the Snippers, flat nose pliers, bent nose pliers, 5 Baroque 10mm pearls, 2mm leather cord, and GS Hypo Cement, a bead tube, a black Sharpie, a ruler, and of course a pendant, of your choice. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope that you'll get out there and give that a try and make something nice to make for yourself, or give it as a birthday gift or an anniversary gift, and you can do any color of pearls you want. There's silver pearls, or you don't even have to use a pearl. You can use any kind of a bead that you want, any color of cord that you want. The world is your oyster. Go on Etsy. They have all kinds of different colored leather cords you can use, every color that you can imagine. Again, if you like any of my videos, if you give it a thumbs up, it'll really help the algorithm go out there and let people know I'm here. People that might be looking for something I have to offer, I don't know. And also, if you want to know when I upload a new video or a shorts video to my channel, you'll be notified right away if you hit the subscribe button. And thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon, I hope. All right, bye-bye.